Hi ladies and gentlemen, the best Nintendo Switch settings are finally here. After hundreds of requests from different people, I'm finally going to reveal my Switch settings. Let's go right on with the video, guys. But before I show you guys my settings, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. And also watch all the way to the end, then you can make sure you get the most out of my settings. And yeah, hope you enjoy the video, guys. Peace. Basically, this is going to be an in-depth guide of my exact settings and why they are so useful. As we can see, I have 110% brightness. I have no user interface contrast just because I like the colours as they are. And I have Tri-Snope since I feel like it makes my game a lot brighter. Like, this is it without Tri-Snope. This is it with Tri-Snope. Without Tri-Snope, the game it looks weird. Anything in between 6 and 8 works, and it is just really effective for looking around in end games and just looking around in a normal game. And now I want to say, do not, but if you do have power saving on, power saving is just really bad, and it will make the toaster that we play on be even worse than it already is, and it could make your FPS dip into the low 20s. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into the game settings. I play on Europe, so I want to have my servers in Europe. I wouldn't want to have them on auto. It can possibly connect me to Middle East or NA East, so make sure that you have it on the region that you're playing in. I have toggle sprint off because in my controller binds I don't have a toggle to sprint, and so that's why I have sprint by default on. Make sure to keep sprint counts as reloading off. So for preferred item slots, this is what I have. I have my AR in the first one, I have shotgun in the second one, I have 2 heals and then a sniper. This is what I always have, since I always carry a sniper within my inventory. I have contextual tips off since I don't need them. And also, do not have invert view on. I'm just going to show you what it's like if you have it on. It's not that great. So say if I'm trying to move, just get this on camera. If I'm trying to move up, it goes down, and if I try to move down, it goes up. It's really annoying. Oh yeah, make sure I have confirm edit and release on because I'm used to it, but you guys don't really have to have it on. Turbo building, make sure that's on, and make sure disable pre-edit options on. So when you're in your pre-edit like this, you can't, like I press my edit button, you can't edit it. Make sure to leave these as I have them. You do not want any invert view on, and tap to search and interact. You want to actually have this off, because otherwise you're going to have to hold it for like 3 seconds instead of just tapping it. So now we're going to go into the game UI, or the HUD scales, the HUD options. I have quite a few of these off because I get less lag with them, but for you guys it's really up to you. And also make sure to have a low HUD scale for the least amount of input today. So now onto motion controls. These settings are used by people such as DL Rubix, who is the most popular motion player in the Nintendo Switch community. I have upped these settings a bit. These should be at around 20, but other than that, these are the settings that DL Rubix uses. When I played on motion, I would use this. Yeah, onto the controller. Now for the control options, I'm going to be giving you all of my sensitivities, which is basically probably why you're here. You want to get the God Aimbot, or you want to get the God Peace Control. So firstly, I have Controller Auto Run and Build Immediately, or Builder Pro. I have them both on. It's just what you need to have on, really. Like, if you don't have Controller Auto Run on, you're going to be like default walking like that instead of sprinting like that. It just has to be on, if you know what I mean. So now we're going to go into my build mode sensitivity and edit mode sensitivity. It's always better that you have your build mode 0.2 above your edit mode, personally, because that means you're building, it can go higher than your editing, and that means your editing is always in control, meaning that you can do, and you can have more edits. So say like this, you can edit more accurately. And then messing up is just less, it just occurs less. Back into the settings, I have a low look horizontal speed and look vertical speed. If you're going to change these and make them higher, make sure that these are both even, because otherwise you can have an uneven sense, and that is definitely what you do not want. If you guys are not comfortable with such a low sense, I'd recommend going into Scavox Aim Trainer, going into tracking and going into, say, a decent tracker, such as a zombie one, not vertical. You want to go into a aim trainer such as this, and you want to make sure that the settings are that they're just solid for you, because if you feel like, oh, these settings are just too slow, then of course you want to turn it up maybe 1 or 2, and then you're going to test with that. As you can see, for me it doesn't really make a difference because I'm used to quite a few different sensors. So yeah, just make sure to mess around in here with your settings and just seeing which ones are best. Right now this is a bit slow, but in game they don't hop around so unevenly, and then like in game this will be a lot more, or it will be a lot better than how it actually is. Once you switch settings, don't expect to become an aimbotter straight away. You need to make sure that you aim train at least once a day just to keep up the consistency of your aim, and then after a while you should see some basic progression with your aim. You should see that you'll be hitting more headshots. Basically just aim train frequently with these new settings and you'll definitely get that aim that you always want. Have a low ADS, but with playing exponential and having these two, it actually leads to a really nice ADS, and it is really good for tracking players and it can really be useful. So make sure to, if you're going to copy these settings, to have 7 and 7 on ADS, and make sure to also have no boosts. This can interfere with, of course, you're playing. Make sure to have, if you're using these settings and you're used to them, exponential on. Make sure to have aim assist at 100% for the God controller aim. It'll just help you a lot and you'll become the proper controller player that you've always wanted to. I have 5.5 dead zone because I don't have any Joy-Con drift. So now we're going to go into the audio settings. I have quite low audio settings because I'm a streamer, of course, and I want to make sure that my voice is a lot higher than the game settings. So I have no music because I don't listen to music other than, of course, separately or background music in my Twitch streams. I have sound effects at 30, I have dialogue at 12, no voice chat because I don't use voice chat, and of course toxic people in the Switch community can be quite rowdy and I don't really want that in my Twitch streams. I have cinematics at 33% being the highest, but it should be around 25 to 30. We'll put that in the middle at 28, and picture in picture I have at 6 or 5%, doesn't really matter. Subtitles, this is if you want to get less input delay. I have my subtitles off, extra small, white, none, and sound effects I have on. Switch players, scrims, it's just useful in case your audio ever cuts out, and it's just better to know where people are in general. Now we're going to go on to the controller controls. The reason that I have 0 on my edit hold time is because I have my switch mode binded to a different one. That bind being switch mode / edit on the right D-pad. I also have my edit bind on X and my switch mode on A. My pickaxe is toggled using L stick, and to jump I use B because I play claw, and so when I'm editing I can edit there and then there, so I can edit and then jump. So now for build controls, these should be all the same, just where your edit bind is and where your toggle pickaxe is. Doesn't really matter. I do have my right stick unbounded, so if I probably wanted to change that I could. Edit controls, I have ZR or R2 as select, and I have L2 or ZL as reset, and I have L as confirm. Next for ability controls, these should just be all the same, other than of course where your edit bind is and where your jump and toggle pickaxes. So now guys, we're going to be inspecting the out of Nintendo Switch settings. These are the most important, and these will really help you out if you have these on. So yeah, let's go in. Controller and sensors, these don't really matter. Make sure that Pro Controller wired communication is on, so you can play wired if you want. TV resolution, make sure this is at 1080p. RGB range, make sure this is at automatic. And also make sure that your TV sound is not at surround or at stereo, but is at automatic. I don't even use my TV sound. I get my audio from my headset, so that doesn't really matter. From system, make sure that your system is updated. Also, go into data management and check that your SD card, if you have an SD card, that Fortnite is not on the SD card. This actually, it'll be painful if it is on the SD card, because you will get so much more. It's painful if it's on the SD card because you're going to get so much more lag. So make sure that Fortnite is on the system memory of your Nintendo Switch. So guys, a quick tip if you're struggling with input delay and ping issues is that you want to go to every map other than one and put in this map for better ping. Your code is 031238166558, or just on the screen. And you want to put that into every single one other than one, which is over here, and then in the one that you put it in, say you're just going to put in BHU. No, we're going to put in Raiders Peace Control map. The code is also on the screen for that. And then here, you'll get a lot less input delay and a lot less lag. And within this map as well, you can also practice and make sure that you can improve within the game with these new updated settings. Yeah, this is what I used to get better in my claw progression video. It is really good for Switch because it is not laggy at all and can really help you out with piece control in general. Like right now, I'm full boxing these kids like they're bots. Not that they're not bots, but I'm just full boxing them. And these boys, in a real game, this may just happen. And I may just absolutely destroy somebody and put them in the Taj, you know? Yeah, these settings, you just need to get used to them, guys. And then once you're used to them, you'll be flying through kids. You'll be cycling into people's boxes like an absolute maniac and get all the refreshes you need in endgame. Bam, that's it. That'll be it for today's video, guys. If you did get to the end, make sure to comment orange juice of settings if you got to the end. And have a good rest of your day, guys. Peace. Shoo!